So 3, 2, 1, go. Perfect. So, welcome, folks. I am joined by a man who is very, very hard to find. uh, Team S5's Betrayal. Uh, I get what I believe the winner of the first, SVO for the SEAO region this year in January. Is that right?
Yes, January.
Awesome. So it's been a while since we've seen you, man. So it's good to see you again. Glad that you're doing all right. So I just want to ask you a couple questions for the folks at home who maybe don't know you or they haven't seen you in a while, like I said before. And the Contenders Cup is coming up next week, and so I'd like to do a little bit of a showcase of all the players who are going to be there. So the folks who are watching on Twitch or YouTube or wherever they're watching from can kind of understand who you are, I guess, before you go into the games. Make sense?
Yep.
Awesome. So then I guess without further ado, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who is Betrayal?
I've been playing card games since I was young, and playing a bit of Magic. And when Shadowverse came out, it's like a Hearthstone, quite similar to Hearthstone. I also played Hearthstone before,
Hmm.
and when Shadowverse came out, I kind of liked the art style, so I joined Shadowverse after that.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And yeah, last year was when I started to attend tournaments more regularly.
Hmm.
When my friend kind of told me that there's this, what's it called, the World Circuit Singapore from last year.
Hmm. I remember
I thought
that.
I'd just give it a shot. Yeah, just join my friends for to have some fun.
That's pretty
And
cool.
yeah, it's quite as unexpected that I luckily made it into the top 16.
Luckily, I mean,
Yeah, I think it was pretty lucky.
you won a Contenders Cup this year, so it's got to be something more than luck, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean with some basics, and I mean it's a card game. There's still a decent amount of luck, but
Hmm.
yeah, some basic skills and lucky in the matches that matter.
Cool. All right. So tell me a little bit more about Team S5. That's a team I'm not familiar with, and I don't think at that time when you won the SVO this year in January, you were sponsored by them. Is that right? Please correct me
Yeah,
if
but
I'm wrong.
when I joined in January, I still wasn't in a team,
Hmm.
and in March I got scouted by Team Dawnbreakers, which I then joined,
Mm-hmm.
and they did help me a lot. But after quite a while, the a guy who scouted me, Lumi,
Mm-hmm.
wanted to start a new team S5, so I joined him in S5 after that.
Ah, I see. So you guys kind of split off from Dawnbreakers, I guess right after or soon after you got scouted by them.
Yeah.
Okay. And is S5 solely in the SEAO region or is it elsewhere as well, like PAM and Euro?
We have PAM and Euro players as well. We have
Okay.
players from all regions.
Oh, nice. All right, great. Um, so then a very, very new team, it seems like. You guys,
Yeah.
who are some of your teammates that you practice with, if you don't mind sharing? Sorry.
BMA. The others, I believe, I think his name is because he doesn't use his real name.
Ah,
I
fair
think Mao
enough.
Sama. I think
Oh,
he's
okay.
yeah, I think he's most well known as Mao Sama.
Ah, really?
BMA
Okay.
Mao Sama, Lumi.
Oh, so actually a couple of folks then.
Yeah,
Okay, wow. I,
yeah.
I gotta do some homework then, cause I took a look at the tag. I'm like S5. That doesn't sound familiar, but looks like you guys have quite a bit of players already then.
Yeah, we are quite a new team, but we started with quite a bit of players.
Nice. All right. So then, that being said, let's imagine that let's fast forward for just a second, right? Let's say imagine you go to the Contenders Cup this weekend and you just elbow drop the entire competition. Like everybody else sucks, you just destroy them, right? And then you get the spot to the World Grand Prix. You get to the World Grand Prix in Tokyo, Japan, or Saitama in Japan, and you go there. You're like, man, nobody knows how to play Shadowverse well, and you just destroy them as well, right? So you're standing up on stage. You got this $1 million check in your hands. What do you spend the money on?
Oh, $1 million. Yeah, first thing I'll probably give some to my family,
Mm-hmm.
and the remainder probably just buy all the leaders I want in Shadowverse. Yeah, and the rest I'll probably try to save it and maybe start a business with it.
Oh, really? Start a business. What would the business be about, if you don't mind sharing?
Probably in the F&B sector, cause I have a friend who does business in F&B,
Oh, wow.
and he did ask me for a few years down the road whether I'm interested to do a business with him.
That's kind of cool, man. So you become a
Yeah,
business owner? Shadowverse on the side just to pay for the entire thing?
yeah. I mean, have such a large amount of money, might as well use it.
Yeah, fair enough. Actually, I've done this interview about 7 times now, and I think you're only the second person who said they would give some of the money to their family. Some of the other folks mentioned they would explicitly not give the money to their family.
What explicitly not to give money to their family?
Explicitly, like, I don't know. I didn't choose my parents. So I guess you're one of the more humble folks here in the SEO region.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I definitely should give them some amount.
Yeah, right? They took care of you. Fair enough. Yeah. So then, I guess moving along, how do you feel about the meta right now? I know Verdict Conflict just came out, and so
Uh, in this expansion,
hmm
I
rotation
think
unlimited is
it
something
seems
different.
like they are trying to push games to end within turn 10. A lot of there are decent amount of decks that you probably just lose if you play the grindy matchup with them. Like Shadow and Dragon are pretty prominent. They
Dragon,
cause
you
they
said.
have yeah, Dragon, like Valdane Dragon. Cause these two decks, these two classes rather, they have effects where they just gain damage every turn, once they hit their condition in Toph and Valdane.
Yeah.
So I think it kind of transformed the meta where your deck has to have a decently fast lock. If you Even if your deck is very good at handling the board, if you can't translate it to face damage, if the opponent clears your board every turn, you'll probably lose out. So I think it's quite a fast-paced meta at the moment.
No, I wholeheartedly agree. Like cards like Thoth and Valdane, like you said, like they could every turn there's just continual damage, and if you can't kill them before they kill you, basically the game is over as soon as the effect
Yeah, yeah,
procs. Things like
yeah. It's impossible to just trade with them.
yeah, I what when we had decks like Machina Rune before, they can kind of grind you out for a couple of turns. They can clear board pretty well, pretty consistently every turn. But nowadays that seems even a bit too slow for the current meta, right?
Yeah, cause they have to set up. If I'm not wrong, it's like turn 5, turn 6. Both the leader effect and the the spell that Tetra gives you.
Delta Cannon, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So they sort of take off for 2 turns, and then they have to try to assemble a storm combo while taking care of the board. Usually their average Q turn seems to be around 8 to 10.
Yeah,
Seems a bit too slow for this meta perhaps.
it's unfortunate, but yeah, I think that's definitely the truth. It,
Yeah.
do you like this kind of fast paced meta? Are you kind of more against it? Do you prefer something more slower paced? What are your thoughts?
Uh, Not really. I prefer the meta where I think it was the meta around April
Mm-hmm.
where mid swap was dominant. Like it's very bot centric. All your trades matters a lot more. And
Ah, I see.
whoever like gains the control and priority of the board usually wins the game.
Okay, so it seems like you kind of favor that slower pace meta where you really have to think about like I guess the cards as pieces on like the chessboard and making sure that you're actually sacrificing the right piece in order to gain I guess an advantage over your opponent. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I think you're you'd be surprised to hear this, but I think you're one of the one of the few folks who actually preferred a slower meta. Does that surprise you at
Yeah.
all?
It might not be a slow meta per se, but where trades have to where control of the board seem to matter more.
So you're rather than
Yeah, but
fast or
yes,
slow.
it will usually end up being a little bit slow, just cause the deck usually doesn't have that much storm damage.
Okay, so rather than fast or slow, you're really more looking for important pieces on the board, and there's not being you're
Yeah,
not able to create a board every single turn, basically.
Yeah, I don't really like the cards where like like the Agnes and Craving combo. So pretty much sometimes with a good hand maybe they have 14 points of reach. 10 points
Yeah.
with just Agnes Craving and Evo. Yup, it's
Oof.
pretty insane.
Yeah. So no, I feel your pain. I've been laddering, so I know the struggle.
Yep.
All right. So I don't want to harp too much on the meta. Of course, we'll get to see that in some of your play within the next week. But I guess taking a step outside of the actual cards and taking a look at some of the people, is there anybody that you would consider your rival right now?
Rival,
Hmm.
not really as a rival, but people who I just hope not to meet because I think they are pretty good players.
Who?
Probably BMA, Popo, and the other two of my previous team members, Danny and Ziv.
Oh man.
I think, yeah, I think either of them are quite favored to take the tournament.
Ooh. The bad news is that's a lot of folks in the Contenders Cup.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's most likely they are good, that's why they are there.
Ooh. All right. So, would you say that you're kind of the underdog then going in?
Underdog, I don't really see myself as underdog, but just hoping that maybe the good players break, fight and I'll get to meet less harder opponents. But seeing my bracket, I think it's going to be quite a tough road ahead.
Yeah, who's your first match?
I'll be playing against Benny first, and then if I somehow win that match, my next opponent is either Popo or VMA, which I both don't really
Ooh.
want to meet.
Maybe they'll just somehow disqualify each other, and you just get to skip right on to the finals. If
Yeah,
only.
perhaps.
If only.
I don't know how that's gonna happen.
Fair enough. So then, I guess, kind of following up to that question, whether it's in the SEO region or it's somewhere else in any of the other regions, are there players that you're really looking forward to playing, whether, again, in SEO or at the World Grand Prix?
As for other regions,
Hmm.
I think for Euro, I don't really know the players well.
Mm.
Perhaps Akamarure, Zero Fine, Praetorian, Himari.
Mm.
I think a lot of the ref players in Euro are extremely skilled as well.
Ooh,
And
okay.
as for Pam region, uh, probably Raindrop, Hot Washer,
Ooh, pot washer, yeah.
yeah, Vetu,
Okay.
V2.
Yeah, V2, yeah. Okay, so a couple of players from both regions. Do you often play with those guys?
No, seldom play with them. But the people from Dawnbreakers, I've played with them before. But the
Understandably so.
yeah, the others that I've not been in teams before, I don't think I faced them before.
I see. Okay, so there's a lot of people that you want to play, and also a lot of folks that you kind of have to get through, get through in Contenders Cup as well. So yeah, I know that's gonna be a hard road, but I wish you luck doing that. So I want to take a step back now. So most of the conversation has been about like the game, the meta. So I want to talk about something a little bit more lighthearted, and that is let's imagine that I had like a magic wand, and I say, okay,
Okay.
Betrayal, I'm gonna give you this wand, and you can wave the wand one time, and the next expansion is a crossover. You get to choose what the crossover theme is. It can be from a show, it can be from an anime, it can be from music. Hell, you can make it sneakers if you wanted to. So again, I give you this magic wand. What's your crossover?
Probably anime, Death Note.
Death Note.
Yeah, very old
Ooh.
anime, but I like it.
How would that work? Like an amulet on each side where like you basically have a death note and you can use it to Ooh, that's so good. That's actually good. And then
I think if something like that is probably they'll probably give it to Porto.
you think so?
Yeah, Porto always has these funky cards like Exodia few kind of cards.
Fair enough. No, I get it.
Yeah, like Lishana.
Imagine there's a spell or I guess a follow or an amulet or something where you can basically do the deal and you can like destroy two monsters or three monsters on your opponent's side of the board, but it cuts your life in half or your defense in half. That would be sick, dude.
Yeah,
That's such an
I think
underrated
that
choice.
will be belong to blood.
Yeah, right. That sounds like an Azazel effect, right?
Yeah.
That's dang. That's actually an underrated. That's an underrated pick. I like that one. I didn't think about Death Note because you think it's like you only really think about two different characters, so it's hard to put them in classes. But there's actually a lot
Yeah,
there.
that's quite true. They'll probably put some side characters to fill the classes.
No, I get it. But dang, that's a good choice. All right, well, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know you're a busy guy, and I also have to wake up early tomorrow. So I guess
Yeah.
last question for you today. You know, going into the Contenders Cup, people watching at home, why should they root for you? Why should they root for Betrayal?
Yeah. You can try root for me if you think I'm the underdog,
Oh, really? So,
because I'm not. I'm probably not the favorite.
so now you are the underdog.
I mean, the least favorite is usually the underdog, right?
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So there you go. There's your underdog pick, Team S5's Betrayal, folks. Again, before I get out of here, any thanks you want to give or shout outs you want to give to anybody?
Yeah. Shout outs to the teams that I've been to, Dawnbreakers and S5. They have helped me a lot in trying to understand what I should be thinking about in matches and
Mm.
improving my skills in general.
Okay,
So shout out to both of the teams.
cool. Anybody else?
Yeah, that's about it.
All right,
Shadowverse wise, yeah.
fair enough. All right, well, again, thanks for your time, Betrayal. Again, best of luck this weekend. I'll see you out there at Singapore on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And looking forward to some
Okay.
good plays from the underdog. Sound good?
Yeah, thanks. See you.
All right, take care.